Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bleav in Arizona Football podcast here on the Bleav Podcast Network. This is the Arizona Football Show where we talk all things Arizona Wildcats football. My name is Eddie Law, and my co-host, as always, is former Arizona Wildcats corner number 5, perhaps the real number 5, at least one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Shaquille Richardson. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Ready for the day, you know.
Let's get it. All right. So, folks, if you enjoy the show, please help us out by hitting that subscribe button anywhere you see us on iTunes, or YouTube, wherever you are, including Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Luminary, and TuneIn. You can also find us at Bleav.com and at Bleav Podcast on social media. All right. So, real quick, obviously, the NFL season is in full swing. You might not be at the game this year, but you can still be on the game, on the action at BetOnline. Week 12, it just seems like we're getting through the season pretty quick, even with injuries, no preseason and all that. And then, of course, COVID issues. We're still getting a lot of good games. This week, a huge AFC North showdown between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thanksgiving night, dude. And I'm taking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I don't know what you look how you look at that game, but I know they lost today. I know they lost. They lost last week. I get it, but
just
Lamar
lost.
Jackson.
And
another one.
The Steelers is 24-3 this week.
Yeah. Look,
the Steelers going undefeated. Steelers probably gonna go undefeated this year for real.
You think so?
They might as well.
Dude, Ben Roethlisberger, you got to give that dude credit for coming back from that injury the way he did and playing the way he is at the age. I mean, that guy's beat up every year and he's still doing it big. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure. He's been there years and years and years, And Coach Tomlin, great coach. They got a good team over there. Ball Hawks in the secondary. Of course, you got the veteran quarterback. So many weapons at receiver. They're running the ball. They just focus as a team. So I like it. I like the Steelers. They'll probably get to the championship for sure. Probably got to beat the Bucks or somebody like the Bucks or the Chiefs or somebody. They're in the AFC, right?
Yeah. AFC North. So, man, look, I'm sticking with Lamar Jackson. We'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping he gets out of that funk. We'll see.
And it's not his year. Sophomore slump. Go ahead, chalk it up.
Right. The sophomore slump. the Madden curse.
All right.
The Madden curse. Anyway. All right. So my
I'll take Kyler over Lamar this year.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm saying for that game specifically because my Cardinals are going to go play the Patriots in Foxborough this weekend. And, of course, I'm taking Arizona. And, of course, the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers. We got the present versus, I guess, the past. Ooh. Whatever. Mahomes versus Brady. Lots to pick from to bet on. What do you think about betting on?
I would have to bet on the Chiefs.
Ooh.
It's tough. Even though, actually, I'll take Tom Brady because this is how I feel like. I feel like Tom Brady will win during the season, and I feel like Patrick Mahomes will win the playoffs.
All right, man. Fair enough. Yeah. They got a good team over with the Bucks. Plenty of running backs, and they still use Rojo more than Fournette. So
both of them grade 2 or all like 4 All-Pro receivers, 3 All-Pro receivers. Weapons, Gronk, unfathomable how much offensive weapons they got. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, about time they gave Brady some weapons like that. That's the first time he has anything like that.
Stupid lineup right now.
It's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So from game spreads and totals to team, player, and coaching props, BetOnline gives you more options to wager on than any place online. And there's always the online casino as well, which never closes. You can stay up all night if you want to. You got nothing else to do. Why not? So just be careful. So head to betonline.ag today and take advantage of all the great sign-up bonuses. Again, that's betonline.ag. Sign up today. BetOnline, your online sportsbooks experts. So one of us, I don't know, I might have to go to play on BetOnline for a while, man. That was an incredibly disappointing game on Saturday night. Our Wildcats traveled to Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies. We end up with a record-setting 9th straight loss for the Wildcats. That's a program record. Luckily, it's not an NCAA record yet. Let's not even touch that one.
Damn.
For at least three quarters. First 3 quarters, it seemed like neither side of the ball could get anything going. It wasn't until the 4th when they finally started moving the ball well and scoring. But at that point, we're in a 37-point hole, man. So before we even scored the first touchdown, what was your takeaway from this game? Because it hurt to watch.
My takeaway was we took a large step back. We took a large step back from last week. We came in there, didn't have any rhythm at all. I think it was a away game, being the first away game this year. I don't think we handled that properly. People weren't ready to play, So it was I took away that was a major step back from where we were going this year. All our hopes for this year, unless we go 4-0 in these last or 3-0 these last 3 games, unless we get to a charity bowl game. We're looking for a charity bowl game this year.
Yeah.
I did take away still that I think Gunnell is still one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Oh yeah.
That he ended the stat line with 3 tubs, about 300. No picks. He had that one fumble, but the pressure was immense.
The pressure. Washington defense brought the pressure for sure. So let's go ahead and you're talking about numbers. Let's look at the numbers. Grant Gunnell, 27 for 39, 259 yards, 3 touchdowns. Most of that yardage in the fourth quarter, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
like you said, the pressure was there from the Washington defense for sure.
yeah, for sure. And it was just a lot of pressure. We just had him sitting in the pocket like a statue. I felt like we should have moved the pocket when they had that type of pressure. Even I know they say Washington, is so good at stopping the run, but looking at the numbers, Brightwell, 5 yards a carry. The next running back was that
Jalen John.
how many yards per carry was that? 7.5.
7.5, yeah.
7.5 a carry. Off of 6 carries.
Mm-hmm.
Four carries for 2 point. We were moving the ball in the run game, and I think we got off track with that hurry up offense. We lost all rhythm. Opened up 24-0. We had no rhythm. 3 and out. Defense gave up a touchdown. 3 and out. Defense gave up a field goal. 3 and out. 4 and out. Whatever you want to call it.
Dude, it was hard to watch, honestly. But we were talking about this, and we were talking about the hurry up offense. He came out of it, or someone called that early, like right away.
We opened up with it.
Like what happened? Like,
I don't know. I honestly didn't like it. I feel like our offense don't need that much dressing. We have like our matchup. You see 11 down the field. You see 10 down the field. You see 18 down the field. You see 5 down the field. This kid Barry Hill is behind DBs. Like all we need is 3-step drops, 5-step drops, and let the ball go on a one-on-one matchup. Our receivers are winning these one-on-one matchups all game. Unless they switched out all their corners and all their DBs in the fourth quarter, which they probably did, but. Yeah. All we need, Tom Brady run their offense. They just, play action, move the pocket a little bit, 5-step drops, real uniform. All we need to do is find a matchup. I feel like we got matchups everywhere.
Right now, and we'll get into it, of course, and as far as the matchups go, because like you said, especially in the fourth quarter. But we got receivers that can beat these guys.
Plain as day. We got receivers that can win one-on-one routes. It's very, very clear as day. We got a running back who's gonna pound it in. We just gotta get them open, get them in the best possible places to make plays. We dropped back, sat there, pressure was right on us, so all our mid-level passing routes were done. Our running was off and on. Brightwell had a 20-yard run. We had some long runs, 20-yard run. We were doing decent. You feel me? Rushing. Let me see. Arizona rushing was long.
Oh man, let's see. The longest was 30-yard from receiving. That's receiving. Let me go up to rushing. 20 from Brightwell.
20-yard runs. That's not bad. We didn't run a lot. Clearly, we didn't have a lot of runs just because we were behind so much.
Right.
But those 3 and outs hurt us in that hurry up offense. We couldn't get our rhythm at all.
Yeah, I would love to see, and I've looked up every interview with Sumlin since the game, and he's only actually done one, but I looked up every interview from the players and Sumlin, and no one can explain why they did that, but it's.
Sure. If you come into a game plan feeling like you need to create a spark for your team or just try to create an advantage, then you try a hurry up offense to catch somebody off guard, maybe wear them down, maybe hit them a couple times to get to a healthy start. They probably practice those scripted plays more than 3, I'm sure. At the time they practice, they practice getting first down. So if we don't get first down, I also noticed that they did try to run the ball in the beginning, on first and second down, even when they had no success. It's not terrible, but second and long, we didn't have any running back screen game. I don't think we have any running back screen games. I haven't seen much. I think those second and longs are perfect for screens. Catch the defense off guard, get some yards back, make it more manageable. I don't know. It was bad. I think we're going to do a lot better next week. Hopefully get the win, but,
Well, we definitely need the win, man. You can't go 0-2. And look, I just don't want to – I want to win. That's it. That's all I want to do is –
and
we just want to win.
I can tell Gunnell wants to win very bad, too. He
hurt.
wants to win. Yeah, he wants to win for sure. So that him leading the team is going to be good in the future, but we got to win now for sure.
Right. So speaking of Gunnell, he had receivers, and he hit Stanley Berry Hill 5 times, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns, and again, all in sort of garbage time. But I was really impressed with number 18, Majon Wright. 4 catches, 58 yards, and 1 touchdown. But it was when he caught the ball, he would try to make a play. It wasn't like catch and fall or catch and let's see what the defense is doing. It was catch and go, trying to make something happen.
Get some more yards.
Right, he's a freshman, so I'm very excited for that kid. Booby Curry, 4 catches, 55 yards. You know, he's again also a young guy. The one dude that didn't get very much, and he didn't get targeted very much either. Jameer Joyner, 1 catch, 7 yards. It's he's supposed to be leading this receiving core. I wonder what's going on with that.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that too. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like as the Arizona program, you know, the program as a whole going up against Washington's program, you know, they've had more success, you know, winning, you know, Pac-12 championships, or you know, they, you know, had a lot of, you know, first round picks and, you know, X, Y, and Z, different things that you got to battle when you deal with big time programs. I feel like instead of trying to beat the whole Washington team at the same time, if we isolate our skill players versus their skill players, we could win individual battles that will in turn help us win the game. You know, instead of trying to, I don't know, I can't really, you know, I'm trying to explain it, but I feel like for us to beat a bigger time program, instead of trying to, you know, slay the beast head on, we need to win all the side battles, you know, or win the small battles until we're in the end of the game. You know, like I think that's how you beat bigger time schools and everything.
Right,
Us especially with our skill positions. It's just fire.
Right. No, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, skill wise, we could have won those battles. I'm with you. You see the fumbles on there. Grant Gano lost one early.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was unfortunate.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. Other than that, not many mistakes were getting out as far as, you know, turnovers go. Roy Lopez, your boy's right there, man. Five total tackles, 4 by himself, 1 tackles for loss. He was still all over the place helping stop the run. The first half, we actually cut their running down quite a bit. They didn't light us up on, you know, running wise until the third quarter. So
yeah. So what I seen in the run game, we started off, you know, better. Roy is you know, a good nose, but I think we only had maybe a couple. You know, we had a real weak D line last year.
Yeah.
So when you add a couple good players to the D line, it may look like you have a good D line, but then you don't have D line depth. You know, Roy can't play the whole game. We can't have, you know, certain people stopping to run the whole game. If you have the D line rotates, you know, all the D lines rotate the whole game. So if you don't got a healthy rotation and you leave, you know, the playmakers up there the whole game, then they get gassed. And maybe by the end of the game, they're not, you know, they're not as impactful as if they would have had a healthy rotation and some good change up, you know, D linemen to come in. Because I seen Roy come out at the goal line. Like, you know, he shouldn't be coming out at the goal line. He should be in. He should have, you know, stamina enough or have had a break. He's a big dude. Have had a break, you know, then come back in or, you know, go out at a different time than that. Don't go out when we're on the – and, you know, we got to get a healthy rotation because our depth on the D-line is not as deep just because we only have one real recruiting class of D-line, you know, talent like, you know, Roy transfer.
Right. No, and I'm with you. Now maybe not save him, and I'm not saying cut his snaps or anything, but like take him out a little earlier than, you know.
Yeah, no, all D-line rotate, like receivers rotate, you know?
Yeah.
Like you don't see the receivers in every play. You might have a different set of receivers. So the receivers rotate and D-line rotates. That's how it always is. So they should be rotating. And then when we get, you know, like pass rushers, they rotate. Then when it's third down, you put them boys back in.
Right. As far as our D-line, not a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Let me see how many sacks. We got 1 sack, 4 tackles for a loss. It's not going to cut it.
No, that's not going to cut it. We didn't play well. We didn't play well at all. We let them score. But let me see the time of possession. That's where we lost it.
Time of possession. Ooh, where do they have it on here? Maybe game cast.
Yeah, team.
Oh, team stats? All right, let me go to that.
Maybe team stats.
Let's see what this. Oh, dude, come on now, Disney Plus. No one cares. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. There we go.
Sorry.
All right. What do we got? Third deficiency. Oh, that's another thing. We went 2 for 13 on third down.
Oh yeah. Terrible. We got sacked every time we dropped back on third down. Right. That's why we, you know, do a little shotgun. It's third and short, right? Shotgun with the back on the strong side. Let's say the back's on the strong side. Get the ball, roll out towards the back, move the pocket, and now you're running flats. You got a corner route. You know, you got something, a drag coming from the backside, a little flat route, some options to pick up a 3rd and 2, pick up a 3rd and 4, easy throw, boom. If they cover everybody covered, Grinnell, go ahead and run. You athletic. We got a big athletic quarterback. Let's move the pocket. He can use his legs, use his arm, big arm. You know, we could win. We could win for sure. We can win plays. We could.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, any of the audio-only platforms, make sure you head over to YouTube, Bleav in Arizona Football, and you can actually catch us with the screen on here. Anyway, so we're talking time of possession, 22-43 for Arizona, 37-17 for Washington.
How many minutes is that? 15 minutes? Longer?
The difference?
Is that
no longer than that.
So it's almost a whole quarter.
Almost a whole quarter, yeah.
Yeah. You can't win if you don't control the game at all. You're gonna get your offense on the field, defense on the field all day. You're not gonna win.
No,
not gonna win. Those 3 and outs. And we had like 80 something yards total offense in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And almost the first quarter, we ran that hurry up offense, got the offense off the field quick, the defense on the field, and you know, they just controlled the game from there.
Right, and actually, those first half yards, man. So our offense put up a measly 45 yards in the first half. We didn't even convert a single 3rd down in the first half, right? And we were down 24. 3rd quarter brought more of the same, and it really wasn't until the 4th when the offense finally woke up and racked up 265 yards against Washington's backups, unfortunately. But you know, no 3rd down conversion until the 4th quarter. Again, not something you can win with.
Right, can't win with that. Yeah, you got to execute on 3rd down. We got to execute on 3rd down, win our 3rd downs. You know, you could draw a play to get a 3rd down, something, you know, creative, some reverse type. You know, I think we got super playmakers. So if we pitch it to 11 and then we got 5 coming around on a double reverse, 5 could make a play.
Absolutely. No, like you said, we got the skill guys to make up. We got playmakers on the team. We just got to give them a chance to make the damn play.
Right, and we got playmakers at the quarterback position.
Right.
To get them the ball. So we're not really lacking nothing. And the interior pressure, on the D line, but if you got pressure, move the pocket. A quick game, you know, they can win slant routes. They can win. Right. We threw a fade where he snapped the ball, 3-step drop, and threw it. You know. Right. No matter if it was open, not open, it was the play is gonna go to him. And you look up, you got 3 yard separation, catch. You know, like, all right, he clearly can't guard him. You know, our quarterback dropping on a dime. Just keep doing stuff like that. You know, Grinnell was reading a lot. Or the pressure just in his face, so he can't see down. What's going on. But yeah, we got playmakers out there. Go ahead and give them a chance.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to give them a chance to make a play. So. All right. So the offensive line unfortunately couldn't block anything. Grinnell was pressured on most snaps. Sometimes he held the ball a little too long, I think. Sometimes he missed a receiver. But to me, it seems like, you know, when you're like, he has good pocket awareness last week. We were talking about that. Really good pocket awareness.
Yeah, but the pocket was closing this week. It wasn't it wasn't like laned up. It was, it was closing. So that's why I thought I would suggest moving it.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. All right, so we did. As far as Grinnell goes, that's the one thing. He got sacked 5 times. He got hit hard. He took a few shots in this one. I'm sure he had to ice up a little bit after the game. To quote Steve Smith, "Ice up, son." You know, but
he'll be all right.
Yeah, he'd be good. Yeah. So defensively, we talked about it. We were just bad. Gave up 230 yards on 2. We get 230 yards and 2 touchdowns on 15 completions to a Washington quarterback that was held. He got held against Oregon State, 141 yards, 14 completions. Oregon State, not the greatest defensive team, I don't think. Right? That
was just play calling by Washington last week, having a lot of runs scheduled into their offense. You know, probably protect him on his first start. They opened it up a lot more. They had a whole different game plan this week. So you don't really want to compare. You know, the last week they ran the ball way more last week. They had a different game plan this week to pass more. So for sure, even though they had success running too. They scheduled a lot more passes. They had almost doubled those yards damn near by the first half. Yeah, from the last game. So that's intentional. Those type of things are intentional. And probably studying film, they probably didn't have all those route combinations that they were running to study the film because they didn't show a lot of it. But I don't know. I didn't see nothing necessarily like special. They the tight end and quarterback had a good connection. He had his career high, and he split the seams a little bit, post inside routes, wide open. I seen terrible effort on his long. It was a long touchdown and
65-yarder,
right. And then I had people like you see people when I play. I expect it to be a team full of people tackling that person. You know, it should never be one person making the tackle. If it's one person making a tackle, then the rest of the defense is not, you know, running towards the ball and closing out how they should. It should be a gang tackling at all times. So if you're standing there watching for somebody else to make the tackle, like, what are you doing? You should be chasing that man down, even if it's not your man. I'll chase the man down that's wide open, tackle him, and then whoever man it was, then I'll let him know after the play. Like, get your man. You feel me? I'll get him for you this time because, you know, you needed me to because we're on the same team. I'll get him. But get everybody fly to this ball. Everybody needs to be flying to the ball. Don't wait for somebody else to make the play. You gonna make it.
Right.
We didn't have none of that. We didn't have none of that.
Nothing.
I seen people looking around like, oh, you see him running? He's running really fast. Who's gonna get him? Like, man, you go get him. You go get him. You're the guy that's supposed to go get him.
Yeah,
if
no.
Nobody else is going to get him. You go get him. Big tight end running 60 yards down the field, and people just looking at him on an under route. Like, it should be way more players down the field that can close out. It's like, hey, you know, they weren't focused last week for sure.
No, they weren't. And talking about K. Dot, number 87 was a tight end. He was the main recipient of those of those passes from from a different game plan, obviously from the quarterback up in Washington. Sure. 100 yards and a score on 7 catches. 100 yards and 7 catches. That's success, especially
for sure. Right. And you see how, like, I feel like that might be a feature. They might have chose to work the tight end in. Let's go look at the defense for UCLA. Pick out somebody that we could beat and create an offense that attacks that person with different receivers, same receiver, different receiver, ISO, put them in different places. Abuse that, find a weakness, find something that we could, you know, take advantage of and schedule it, you know, like schedule it intentionally.
Look, it happens in every sport. In basketball, you know, the screen on Kyrie or on on Klay Thompson to get to get Stephen Curry on Kyrie Irving, big time championship. That's how you win.
Exactly.
And in football, you got a corner. You got a corner. You got a DB, a little suspect. Attack him.
Right, and especially when you have like such good receivers, like you see Tampa Bay, they didn't have it figured out. Everybody had 6 targets when Antonio Brown came. Everybody had 6 targets. You see the next week, Mike Evans had 10 targets. The next best receiver had 6 targets, and the next best receiver had another 6 targets. Like, they feature somebody, and when you draw this route, you say, all right, look, this route for this receiver on this DB is gonna work, right? And for them to stop this, they have to pull somebody else and double it. So when they do that, let's put this other talented receiver on a route that's going to be right where this receiver left. You know, so if we're looking for wide receiver 1, the defense start looking for wide receiver 1, and then wide receiver 2 is just as good or better than wide receiver 1. And now they got single coverage. Now they got a mismatch, and now big play.
Exactly. No,
and Gunnell can execute that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, And again, and I know I always check on both sides when watching the game, but also I check to see what fans are saying. And most of the time, I don't give the fans too much credit. But like, man, some of these people are just like, oh, good, we got another crappy quarterback. I'm like, whoa, hey, relax. What is wrong with you?
Quarterback.
We have a really guy. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, since Nick Foles.
Yeah, he's the best we have. Yeah, exactly. The best we have since Nick Foles. I mean, people remember was it Willie Tuitama back in the day? Yeah,
Willie Mascot.
Yep, exactly. Like, I mean, he's the best since Nick Foles easily. So, all right. So, and Coach Summer was actually asked about the coverages as far as, like, especially that middle area, right?
Yeah, so it was not good. I noticed that. It was not good. We had, I seen they ran a bait dig. I think it was the play. I think it was like, dude, you're the mic and you're a receiver. Okay, yeah, you crossed your face, but you have a linebacker right there. He stops in front of your other linebacker, and you go down and chase that linebacker, and now the wide open right behind you. Like I could that's one of the things that I understand a lot about like zone defenses and relating to receivers and zones turning to man and being in your zone, passing stuff off. You got to be able to teach that kid. Got to be comfortable doing that.
So now again the positive, Grant Gunnell finally got into the groove. He finished the game 259 yards, 3 touchdowns. Myjon Wright, 458. He's the bright spot, honestly.
I think we finished 4 for 4 touchdowns, right? Last 4 drives, 4 touchdowns.
Bleav we got 3.
3? That last one we didn't score. The very last one, I think we scored 4. I think it was 4.
Oh, no, you're right, 4. We got 1 running, right?
I think it was 4.
Yeah. Wiley got it right.
Wiley got it. Yeah.
You're right. That O-line, man, it changed up late in the third, and we finally got to score and everything. But that O-line is going to be a focus this week for sure, especially taking on UCLA. We'll put it on Oregon this week.
Let's move the pocket. Let's move the pocket. It's not, have that running back chip the tight end. Let's get get it wide open for him to see a little bit.
Right. All right. So let's try to forget this game. Like I said, the one question I have for you. So here's another bad stat. And it's one of those stats that you try to ignore for a while, but this one's just weird. Under Coach Sumlin, Arizona's not 2-10 on the road.
Yeah.
And that's not, dude. That's a pattern. That's a pattern at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I could tell that they weren't ready. They weren't ready for. I mean, it was the first COVID road trip, but they weren't ready. Our road record has to for sure do better. We don't have any focus on the road. We got to figure that out for sure because you got to win on the road, and we haven't. So.
Yeah, not in a long time. So all right, so this weekend is not going to be easy for Arizona. We travel to the Rose Bowl to take on UCLA and the Bruins. UCLA is coming off a 38-35 loss to number 11 Oregon in a very competitive game where the defense went after the Oregon quarterback quite. Like, if they hit him like 4 times. And then the defense also they racked up 10 tackles for a loss. And they're not letting the running game go either.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be able to still run the ball if we are first and manageable because we got a tough running back. I don't even care if they did that to them last week. They'll have to do that again to us this week. You feel me? We got a good running back. It's respectable compared to the rest of the backfields. The quarterbacks is respectable, so they're going to be in. Even though they rank number 11, but put our quarterback on their team, and they'll be going off. And put our receivers on their team, and they'll be going off. So we need to have our team going off, and we just got to unlock that chemistry and running the right things.
Right. All right. It's going to be a tough game for sure, but we need every single we can get. This is going to be a big game in terms of seeing where the program is heading under Sumlin. Believe me, win or lose this weekend, Sumlin's going to be the focus of all the talk. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because we got talent. We got talent, so we got to maximize. Yeah.
Just put it together. That's it. All right. Game time is 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Again, with COVID, we got to keep in mind that any of these games can be canceled at any time. And California is getting more restrictions in, so who knows what's going to happen. All right. And then one more thing on that note, Pac-12 decided to allow non-conference games in order to make up for as many canceled games as possible. It's a weird move to do at this point, but end of the day, it's like, you get more games. Fair enough.
More money. They need more money.
They need more money. Exactly. So, and just very quickly, the away game, every game that we do non-conference is going to be a home game. The Pac-12 testing and related protocols have to be adhered to by the non-conference opponent. It's going to be a home game, and it has to be broadcast on Pac-12 television partner, where the money comes in.
Yeah.
And then if a Pac-12 opponent, this is a weird one. If the Pac-12 opponent becomes available by the end of the day on Thursday of any given week, so let's say you have a game this weekend, let's say against BYU, and Cal or Stanford becomes available on Thursday night, you have to play that Pac-12 team instead of the non-conference team. So it might get pretty nutty at the end. So
but at least they'll be playing.
Right.
Either way, they'll be playing.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yep. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of the Bleav in Arizona Football podcast. Make sure you follow us on your favorite podcast outlet, YouTube, iTunes, all the places we're at. Appreciate you guys. You can follow on Twitter at Bleav in AZ Football or F-Ball. Sorry, Bleav in AZ F-Ball. Of course, Shaq at DR4_unruly on IG and Twitter. All right, you can get more of that hairdo, man. You got that clean on too. Telling you got that right. All right. Yeah. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ela32. What's up?
Hey, shout out to my Jordan.
There you go. Oh, she's out. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Ela32, on Instagram at Ela52, and of course you guys see the down here the Twitter for Bleav in Arizona Football. We're also on Facebook at Bleav in Arizona Football, or just look us up. Hit the follow on everything, hit the like on everything. You can get us. All right. Good to do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to betonline.ag. Make sure to hit them up and place your bets. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Go Wildcats. Bear down.